My mom said, "Your niece is so advanced. It's obvious who got the brains." My daughter went silent. I replied, "Great. Then I'll let the brains handle the bills." My sister froze. I just canceled the standing transfer. And then, I'll never forget the exact moment my mother looked at my 13-year-old daughter across the Thanksgiving table and said those words. "Your niece is so advanced. It's obvious who got the brains in this family." The room went silent. My daughter, Riley, just stared down at her plate like she wanted to disappear into it. My sister Monica's daughter, Harper, smirked. And my mother? She just kept cutting her turkey like she'd commented on the weather. "You want to know what I did?" I smiled. I actually smiled and said, "You're absolutely right, Mom. Harper is brilliant. So brilliant, in fact, that I'm sure she and Monica can handle the bills from now on." I pulled out my phone right there at the table. "Let me just cancel that standing transfer real quick." My sister's fork clattered onto her plate. "What transfer?" "The one I've been sending you every month for the past 3 years, I said calmly, my thumb hovering over the confirm button. "You know, the one that covers half your rent? Since Harper's got all the brains, I figured you two wouldn't need my stupid money anymore." Do you think I was being petty? Maybe. But let me back up and tell you how we got here, because this wasn't just about one comment. This was about years of being treated like I was the family disappointment while my sister was crowned the golden child. Growing up, Monica was the star. Straight A's, honor society, full scholarship to a prestigious university. Me. I was average. B's and C's, community college, working my way through school as a waitress. My parents made sure I knew the difference. Every report card was a comparison. Every achievement of Monica's was a reminder of what I wasn't. But here's the thing nobody talks about: I worked. God, did I work. While Monica was getting her master's degree, living rent-free in mom and dad's basement, I was building a business. I started cleaning houses to pay my tuition. By the time I was 30, I owned a cleaning company with 40 employees. By 35, I'd expanded into property management. I wasn't rich, but I was comfortable. More than comfortable. Monica? She got her fancy degree in literature and couldn't find a job that paid more than minimum wage. She bounced from one part-time teaching position to another, always, just until something better comes along. When she got pregnant with Harper at 28, she moved back in with our parents. My daughter Riley was born around the same time. And that's when the real comparisons started. Harper walked at 9 months. Riley at 13. "Early development is a sign of intelligence," my mother announced as if she'd personally conducted the research. Harper talked in full sentences at 2. Riley was a late talker. "Some children are just more verbal," Mom said with that sympathetic look she gave me, like Riley was already a lost cause. It never stopped. Harper got into the gifted program in 1st grade. Riley was in regular classes. Harper won the spelling bee. Riley loved art. "Art is nice, but academics are what matter," my mother said, patting my hand like I was the one who needed consoling. But I didn't say anything. I supported Riley in everything she loved. I hung her paintings all over my house. I took her to museums and art classes. My ex-husband and I split when Riley was 5, but we co-parented well, and he was just as proud of her as I was. She was happy, creative, kind. Everything I could want in a daughter. Meanwhile, Monica struggled. Really struggled. She couldn't afford her own place on her adjunct professor salary. So what did I do? I helped. Because that's what family does, right? I started sending her money every month. Not a loan, just help. $1,200 a month to cover most of her rent when she finally moved out of mom and dad's place. I never mentioned it to anyone. I never threw it in her face. I just did it because she's my sister and she needed help. Did she ever say thank you? Once. The first time. After that, it became expected. Normal. Like I owed it to her. And my mother? She never knew about the money. Monica never told her. Because if mom knew that her successful daughter needed money from her average daughter, well, that would ruin the narrative, wouldn't it? The comments about the girls continued through the years. Every family gathering was another opportunity for comparison. Harper's math scores. Harper's reading level. Harper's awards. My mother collected them like trophies, showing them off to anyone who would listen. Riley heard it all. She never said anything, but I saw it in her eyes. The way she'd go quiet when Harper was being praised. The way she'd excuse herself from the table. The way she stopped wanting to go to family dinners. I talked to Monica about it once, about 2 years ago. "Could you maybe ask mom to tone it down a little? Riley's starting to notice." Monica laughed. Actually laughed. "Riley needs to learn that life isn't fair. Harper works hard for her achievements. If Riley applied herself more." I hung up before she could finish. Can you imagine? My own sister, who I was literally keeping housed, telling me my daughter needed to apply herself more. But I kept sending the money. I kept showing up to family dinners. I kept my mouth shut while my mother praised Harper and my sister soaked it all in like she'd earned every bit of it on her own. Until Thanksgiving. Until my mother looked at my quiet, artistic, sensitive daughter and basically called her stupid. Right in front of everyone. So yeah, I canceled the transfer. Right there at the table. Hit confirm and set my phone down. You can't be serious, Monica said, her face going pale. Oh, I'm very serious, I said. You've been managing just fine with my help, but since I clearly didn't get any brains, I should probably focus on keeping my own household running. You understand? My mother's eyes went wide. What transfer? Monica, what is she talking about? And that's when things got really interesting. My sister tried to downplay it, stumbling over her words, but I just smiled and said, Monica can explain. I'm sure her advanced daughter can help her figure it out. What do you think happened next? Did my family finally realize how they'd been treating us? Did they apologize? Not even close. In fact, it got so much worse before it got better. Because my mother, when she finally understood that I'd been supporting Monica all this time, didn't thank me. She got angry. At me. For stopping. But I was done playing the disappointing daughter while bankrolling the favorite's life. And what I did next? Well, let me just say that canceling the money was only the beginning. The calls started the next day. First Monica, then my mother, then Monica again. I didn't answer. I was at Riley's art show at her school, watching my daughter's face light up as people admired her work. You know what? She'd won second place in the whole district. Not that my mother had bothered to come. Monica left voicemails. You're being ridiculous. We need to talk about this like adults. My mother's message was worse. I raised you better than this. Family helps family. I texted back one line, you're right. Family should help family. Maybe you should start. Do you think that was too harsh? The money thing hit Monica fast. Her rent was due in 2 weeks and apparently she'd been counting on my deposit. She showed up at my house 3 days after Thanksgiving. You're really going to do this? She said when I opened the door. Over a stupid comment? It wasn't one comment, Monica. It's been 13 years of comments. Harper is advanced. That's just a fact. I can't help that Riley is more average. Actually laughed. Average. Right. The daughter who just won a district art award. But sure, because she's not in the gifted program, she's average. Monica crossed her arms. Art isn't going to get her into college. Neither is being broke going to keep you in your apartment, I said. But I guess Harper's big brain will figure something out. She left angry. I didn't care. Riley asked me that night what was going on. She'd heard some of it. So I told her the truth. About the money I'd been sending. About how her aunt and grandmother had been comparing them for years. About how I was done letting them make her feel less than. You know what my baby said to me? I knew Grandma didn't like me as much. I just thought it was my fault. My heart broke. Right there. That's when I knew I'd made the right choice. But my mother wasn't done. She invited me to lunch the following week. Just us, she said. We need to talk. I went. Honestly, I was curious what she'd say. She spent 20 minutes explaining how Monica needed help, how single motherhood was hard, how I was being selfish. Not once did she mention Riley. Not once did she acknowledge what she'd said. So I asked her directly, do you even remember what you said to Riley at Thanksgiving? I was complimenting Harper. By insulting my daughter. She waved her hand. Riley's fine. She's just sensitive. You coddle her too much. I stood up. Put money on the table for my untouched coffee. I've been sending Monica $1,200 a month for 3 years. That's over $40,000. Did you know that? My mother's face went blank. No. Because Monica never told you. Because it didn't fit the story where she's the successful one and I'm the screw-up. But I'm done with that story, Mom. I'm done funding it. And I'm done bringing Riley around people who make her feel worthless. I walked out. My hands were shaking, but I felt lighter than I had in years. Monica had to move 2 months later. Smaller apartment, rougher neighborhood. My mother called it unfortunate circumstances. I called it reality. But here's where it gets interesting. Harper started struggling. Without the nice apartment, the art classes, the tutoring that Monica had been able to afford with my money, Harper's grades slipped. Not a lot, but enough that my mother noticed. And Monica? She started having to work more hours, which meant less time helping with Harper's homework. Less time for the science fair projects and extra credit. Meanwhile, Riley bloomed. Without the constant comparisons at family dinners, she got confident. Her art teacher entered one of her pieces in a state competition. She won. The local news did a story. It was small, just a minute segment, but there was my Riley talking about her work, glowing with pride. My mother saw it. I know because she called. I didn't know Riley was that talented, she said. You would have if you'd ever paid attention, I replied. Want to know what happened next? My mother did something I never expected. My mother showed up at Riley's next art show, unannounced. I almost dropped my glass of cheap wine when I saw her walk through the door. Riley saw her too. She grabbed my hand and whispered, "Why is Grandma here?" I have no idea, baby. My mother walked straight to Riley's display, 3 paintings of abandoned buildings that my daughter had somehow made hauntingly beautiful. She stood there for a long time. Too long. I was about to walk over when she turned around and I swear I saw tears in her eyes. He came over to us. "Riley, these are remarkable." My daughter just stared at her. Silent. "Do you blame her?" "I mean it," my mother continued. "I had no idea you had this kind of talent." "You never asked," Riley said quietly. "My brave girl." My mother flinched. Actually flinched. Then she looked at me. "Can we talk after this?" I almost said no. But Riley nodded at me, so I agreed. We went to a coffee shop after the show. My mother ordered tea she didn't drink and finally said, "I owe you both an apology." I waited. I wasn't going to make this easy. "I've been thinking about what you said. About the money." I confronted Monica about it. And she admitted everything. How long you'd been helping her. How she never told me because she was embarrassed. My mother twisted her napkin. I was so proud of her degrees, her achievements. I thought she had it all figured out. I didn't realize that I was the one keeping her afloat. She nodded. "I compared you girls your whole lives. I made Monica into something she wasn't. And I made you feel like you were less. But you're the one who built something real. You're the one who's actually successful." I wasn't expecting that. Honestly, felt good to hear. But then she said something that made my blood run cold. "Monica's really struggling now. Harper too. I've been helping with rent, but I can't keep doing it. I was hoping maybe you and Monica could talk." "No." I said it flat. "Final. Just hear me out. Mom, I spent 3 years helping Monica while she let you insult my daughter. While she stood by and said nothing when you praised Harper and ignored Riley. I'm done." My mother looked down. "I understand. But there's something else you should know." That's when she told me. Monica had been applying for jobs, better positions, but she kept getting rejected. She was desperate. So desperate that she'd done something stupid. She'd stolen. My mother said it so quietly I almost didn't hear her. From her department. Not much, just office supplies at first, but then she took money from petty cash. They caught her. I felt my stomach drop. When? Last week. They're deciding whether to press charges or just fire her. This is where you probably think I felt sorry for her, right? That some part of me wanted to help? I didn't. I felt nothing. Maybe that makes me a bad person. What do you think? But then my mother said, "Harper doesn't know yet. Monica's terrified to tell her." And there was Harper. The kid who didn't ask for any of this. Yeah, she was spoiled and smug, but she was 13. Like Riley. "That's not my problem," I said. My mother nodded sadly. "I know. I just thought you should know what your decision led to." That phrase. Your decision. Like this was my fault. Like I'd forced Monica to steal. I left that coffee shop angry all over again. But here's the twist I didn't see coming. Riley asked me about it that night. She'd heard some of the conversation. "Is Harper okay?" she asked. "Why do you care? She's never been nice to you." Riley shrugged. "She's still my cousin. And it's not really her fault that Grandma's weird. My 13-year-old daughter had more grace than I did." How's that for irony? 2 days later I got a call from a number I didn't recognize. I almost didn't answer, but something made me pick up. Aunt Chloe. Harper. She'd never called me before. "My mom's crying all the time and won't tell me why. Grandma acts weird when I ask questions. Did something happen?" Well, this was perfect. Monica was about to lose everything and she couldn't even be honest with her brilliant daughter. I could have told Harper everything. I could have explained how her mother stole, how her grandmother played favorites, how I'd been bankrolling their life. Instead I said, "You should ask your mom, sweetheart. She won't tell me." Harper's voice cracked. "Please. Everyone's acting so strange. Did I do something wrong?" And suddenly I realized something. Harper was scared. She thought this was somehow her fault. Just like Riley had thought my mother's favoritism was her fault. These kids were just kids. Caught in adult drama they didn't create. What I said next surprised even me. "Harper, you didn't do anything wrong," I told her. "Your mom's going through some work stuff. It's not about you." She was quiet for a moment. Then, "Is it about money?" I heard her on the phone talking about rent. Smart kid. "Yeah, it's partly about money." "Is it because you stopped helping us?" So she knew. "Your mom told you?" "No. I figured it out. Mom's been stressed since Thanksgiving. And you haven't been around." I'm not stupid. There was an edge in her voice. Good. She should be mad. Harper, what did your grandma say at Thanksgiving? Do you remember? Silence. Then quietly, about who got the brains. How did that make you feel? Good, I guess. I mean, I do work hard at school. She paused. But Riley looked really sad. I felt bad about that part. First time I'd heard her show any empathy for my daughter. Yeah, she was sad. She's been sad for years, actually. Every family dinner, every comparison. I never asked Grandma to say stuff like that. I know you didn't. But Harper, neither you nor your mom ever told her to stop. She went quiet again. When she spoke, her voice was smaller. I'm sorry. 2 words. But they meant something. Thank you. That matters. Are we poor now? She asked suddenly. You're not poor. You're just not being subsidized by me anymore. Mom's really scared. I think she might lose her job. I closed my eyes. This wasn't my problem. It wasn't. I know. Will you help us? No, Harper. I won't. She hung up. I felt terrible, but I also felt sure. Do you think I was wrong? The next week Monica got fired. No charges, but she was out. My mother called to tell me, crying, begging me to reconsider. She made a mistake. She's sorry. She stole because she was too proud to get a second job or ask for help honestly. That's not a mistake, Mom. That's a choice. But Riley kept asking about Harper. Is she okay? Can we invite her over? Baby, why do you care so much? Because I know what it feels like when everything falls apart. When Dad left, remember? I know it's hard. My daughter was teaching me about forgiveness and she didn't even know it. Then something happened I never expected. Monica texted me. Can we meet? Just you and me. Please. I agreed. One last conversation. He looked awful. Tired, older somehow. We sat in her car outside a park. I'm sorry, she said immediately. For everything. For letting Mom compare the girls. For never thanking you. For taking your help for granted. Okay. I don't expect you to forgive me. Or help me. I just needed you to hear me say it. You were right about all of it. I watched a kid on the swings. Why didn't you ever defend Riley? Monica's eyes filled with tears. Because it felt good. Being the one Mom was proud of for once. Our whole childhood you were the easy one. The happy one. Everyone liked you. I had to work so hard for every scrap of approval. And when Harper came along and Mom loved her, I finally felt like I'd won something. You made a child feel worthless so you could feel special. I know. I hate myself for it. She wiped her eyes. Harper asked me last night why you don't like her. I realized she thinks this is her fault. Just like Riley thought Grandma's comments were her fault. I did to my daughter exactly what Mom did to us. Now that hit different. What do you think I said? What are you going to do about it? Monica looked at me. I'm going to fix it. I got a job interview. Retail management. Less prestigious than teaching but better pay. I'm selling the car and getting something cheaper. Harper and I are moving in with Mom temporarily. And I'm going to therapy. I already booked the first appointment. Good. I also told Harper the truth. About the money you sent. About why you stopped. About my stealing. Everything. How'd she take it? She cried. Then she asked if she could call Riley and apologize. My heart squeezed. Riley would like that. Monica nodded. I know I destroyed our relationship. I don't expect to fix it. But I need you to know I'm going to do better. For Harper. And she looked at me. If you'd ever let Riley come around again, I promise I'll never let anyone make her feel less than. Ever. I believed her. Surprisingly, I actually believed her. When I got home, Riley was on the phone. Laughing. I peeked in and mouthed, "Who is it?" "Harper," she mouthed back, smiling. 2 weeks later, my mother invited us all to dinner. Monica served it. She'd cooked, cleaned, set the table. My mother stood up before we ate. "I have something to say to everyone, but especially to Riley." Riley looked nervous. I squeezed her hand. What my mother said next changed everything. My mother looked directly at Riley. "I was wrong about you. For 13 years I was wrong. You're talented, kind, and remarkable. I'm sorry I made you feel like you weren't enough." Riley's eyes went wide. I felt tears on my own cheeks. "And Chloe," my mother turned to me, "you built a life I'm proud of. You raised an incredible daughter. I'm sorry I never told you that." Monica spoke up next. "Riley, I'm sorry too. For everything. You deserved better from me." Harper stood up awkwardly. "Riley, I'm sorry I was mean. And your art is actually really cool. Way cooler than pre-calc." Riley laughed through tears. "Thanks, Harper." We ate dinner. It was strange but good. Harper and Riley talked about school. Monica asked about Riley's next art show. My mother actually listened. As we were leaving, my mother pulled me aside. I'm paying for Riley's art camp this summer. The expensive one she wanted. Please let me. Mom, you don't have to. I want to. I have 13 years to make up for. I agreed. Riley deserved it. Monica walked me to my car. I start my new job Monday. It's going to be tight, but we'll make it work. Without your money. Good luck, I said. And I meant it. Chloe, thank you for stopping the money. I needed to hit rock bottom to wake up. Harper came running over. Aunt Chloe, can Riley come over sometime? I want to show her this art app one found. Ask your mom and Riley, I said. The next weekend, Harper came to our house instead. I watched the girls work on art projects together, heard them laugh. Monica picked her up and thanked me again. My mother started coming to Riley's art shows. Every single one. She brought flowers. She bragged to her friends. Monica got promoted after 6 months. She moved into her own apartment again. Small but hers. Riley got into a prestigious art program for high school. My mother cried when we told her. Happy tears. Last Thanksgiving was different. My mother complimented both girls equally. Monica helped me in the kitchen and we actually talked. Like sisters. Harper told Riley she'd applied to schools with good art programs too. You inspired me, she said. Riley glowed. Was my family perfect now? Well, we still had awkward moments. Old habits crept back sometimes. But we were trying. All of us. Standing up for Riley, cutting off the money, forcing everyone to face reality. It almost broke us. But it also saved us. My daughter knows her worth now. She knows I'll always fight for her. And my family finally sees both of us clearly. Sometimes the kindest thing you can do is stop enabling people to be their worst selves. Even when it's hard. Even when it hurts. Especially when it's family. So what do you think? Did I handle it right? Was I too harsh or not harsh enough? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed Riley's story and our journey, please give this a like. And if something didn't sit right with you or if you've been through something similar, share your experience in the comments below. I read every one of them. Thank you so much for listening to my story. It means more than you know.